little bits. Now you can tidy them up at the end, but it doesn't really matter because you only need to do about 80% of the field for it to register as 100% fertilised, or fertilised as I like to call it. So the little bits that are missing, people get really become perfectionist about, and just want to colour all the little bits in like a colouring book, but you really don't need to do that. If you want to relate that to real well, this slurry seeps into all the soil, so even if you've missed a little bit and you haven't made it all wet, as it were. Now we're going to run out and go back to the start of the course. There you are. Now this is where the CoursePlay, the start of the course should work better now, because I drove forward from the end of this course. So what CoursePlay does is it makes a beeline for the end of the slurry course, then it joins straight on to the next bit of the course, which will take us around this. So long as I've got no vehicles parked in the mouth of this field gate, it should be able to go past this without saying it's in traffic, and when it pulls alongside it will wait and start refilling. The waypoint is way off, of course, so I think it's triggered by the back end of the Garante. So maybe I don't need a waypoint in there. No, it didn't matter anyway. But now when it reaches the end of this point, it will now drive to the beginning of the last point it was putting down slurry, as you will see. And this is how you make a slurry course. Yeah. So the next time round when I come to this field, if I make a note in my little book like I do, I actually keep an A5 book. You can buy these from one of these pound stores, these dollar stores. Little A5 book, and I write Coldborough Park Farm, and I write I maybe just even keep a whole page about field 8. So, and I'll start, if there's, you know, I forget how many fields there was in this, is the 32 fields. If there's 32 fields, I'll cover 32 pages. In fact, that whole book, just for $1 or for £1, will be all about Coldborough Park Farm. So I'll list my vehicles I use, just write them in. Another way to do it, if you've got more than one computer, which is another way I often do it, is to make a Google document. So if you have Google Docs, you can put Google Docs document in, and then of course you can write for as long as you like in there. So what this is doing now, if you notice that the pattern on the field had gone across, this is because I did headlands and took it round 3 times. I'll show you making this course on the next one. So now what it's doing is it's stopping and starting, and it takes a little bit longer like this, but it uses less slurry overall, I think, anyway. Because now it's gonna, that bit of slurry it's already put down is a little bit of a waste, and it's also covering over some other areas. It's because of the slant of the field and the irregularity of the field, but I don't worry too much about, you know, those sort of things. So we can leave that, doing that field, and I will show you setting up on the next field. I could even let it continue working on and finish putting the rest of this field in, because there's all the bits that are missing, of course. So I hope that's been slightly educational for you there on how to use CoursePlay. A lot of people don't know about using the slurry and letting CoursePlay do the whole course. Even the slurry tanker itself can refill. I'm going to get myself a coffee while this finishes, and there we're out of gunk again, so we need some more liquid manure. it's made a beeline for the end of the course. So I hope you like that little trick. And I don't see many people using the slurry course correctly like this. And it's time, if you manually, you can be off doing other things, of course, and what you can do is jump out of your vehicle, of course, and nip into this one, not this one, this one, to make sure this one hasn't got enough stuff in it now. It's actually run out. So what we'll do is we could have gone and filled this one whilst we was waiting. I've been talking though, I didn't really realise it had run out. And again, of course, you could record a course on this on CoursePlay to make it fill. You would just, because of the